Good Friday. Lagos State withholds payments to gold medalists of 2018 National Sports Festival. And residents count losses in Okobaba sawmill fire incident. Have you joined us on News Now? I am Fola Shadi for Green Day. Today is Good Friday, a day Christian faithful all over the world mark the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. It is the climax of the 40-day period of Lent and the Passion of Jesus Christ. Leaders across the country have continued to urge Nigerians to use this period to pray for the country and for one another. President Muhammadu Buhari in his message said Nigerians are better and stronger as one nation. He also called on citizens not to allow mischief makers divide the country. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, in his Easter message, urged Nigerians to use the occasion to preach religious tolerance, love for neighbors, and commit to civic responsibilities. Residents of Abuja are looking forward to the 2021 Easter celebration with hope and belief that the recent economic downturn in the country would soon be a thing of the past. Our correspondent, Simisola Adigun, in this report tells us that residents are optimistic that the harsh situation would abate in no distant time.
Many Christians around the world observe Good Friday in anticipation of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Nigerians also joined in to mark the day. Good Friday commemorates the passion, crucifixion, and death of Jesus Christ as told in the Christian Bible. In Abuja, Nigeria's capital city, some residents who spoke to TV360 at the First Baptist Church, Garki, believe that the recent economic and security challenges which bedevil the country are but a passing phase.
Nothing should stop us from celebration, not even the economy. We know that with God by our side, everything will work out again for our country, Nigeria. Although things may not be working well now, everything may be so expensive, may be going through a hard, difficult situation as a country, as a family, as an individual. But with the help of God, with the power of resurrection, which we are celebrating this period, we know that things will get better and we are going to have a better Nigeria, a better economy, and a better situation of our life and our family.
In our economy, there is hope for us. If Jesus Christ can save us, save our life, rescue us, redeem us with his precious blood, he has the power to redeem the economy of Nigeria, and he has the power to redeem our individual challenges, problems, whatever it may be, no matter the magnitude. This season calls us to a sober reflection.
They express confidence that with dedication and prayers, the country will get better and prosperous.
Easter signifies what God is doing in a messy situation of human life. God is fixing what is wrong with the human situation. That's what Easter means. So celebrating Easter at a time that the economy and security situation is bad in our country is the crux of the Easter message. It tells me there is hope in spite of the situation, that God is still working through our situation and that he will lead us to good. That's why Easter is called Good. Today, Friday is called Good Friday.
It reminds me of my redemption and the redemption of the whole world. And it shouldn't be only on this season, every day. But this is a peculiar day for Christians to remember this and to appreciate God.
Preparatory to the Easter celebrations to commemorate Jesus Christ's resurrection, according to Christian belief, the message is for Nigerians to trust in God and love one another. Simisola Adigun, TV360 News.
And to tell us more about the significance of Easter, we are now being joined via telephone by Venerable Babatunde Oyeshino, the Vicar of St. Bartholomew's Anglican Cathedral in Abuja. Thank you very much, Venerable Babatunde, for joining us on News Now. Please tell us, what is the significance of Easter and what lessons must be learned?
Thank you very much. The period of Easter, which actually started from the first day of the Lenten season, which is 40 days, will be ending on Sunday, which is Easter Sunday. all the period of Easter majorly is a time of sober reflection, is a time when we remember the suffering, the crucifixion, the death, and the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ on the cross. And the lesson we are to learn from this is to look into our lives as individuals and examine whether these processes which our Lord Jesus Christ undertook is meaningful in our life, whether we have been saved, whether we have a relationship with Him. It is not a time for fanfare. It is not a time to be eating and to be dancing. It is a time to critically look into our lives as Christians and see whether we have a relationship with our Lord Jesus Christ. Because any Easter celebrated without the person of Jesus Christ at the center of our life is a waste of time, is a waste of resources. It should be Jesus at the center of our life, and that is the essence of Easter. The message of Easter is Jesus at the center of our life.
Thank you very much, Venerable Babatunde, for telling us the significance of the Good Friday. And let me wish you happy Easter in advance. Thank you very much for coming on News Now. Against the backdrop of security challenges across the country, the president of the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, PFN, Bishop Francis Wale Oke, has called on Christians across the nation to be more vigilant and prayerful before, during, and after the Easter celebrations. The PFN president made a call in a statement issued through his media office. Lamenting the security situation in the country, the PFN head said it had become imperative for the government to direct its resources towards stemming the increasing cases of killings, raping, kidnappings, and insurgency in the country. Moving on, ahead of the 2023 general elections, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has fixed June 28, 2021 as a resumption date for the nationwide continuous voter registration exercise. INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu made the pronouncement during a press conference in Abuja. This next report has the details. With many Nigerians that have clocked the age of 18 since the last INEC voter registration, the Commission has announced the resumption of a nationwide continuous voter registration. INEC Chairman Yakubu Mahmoud explains that the Commission is building a new online registration portal that would enable new registrants to commence registration online and subsequently complete the capture of their biometric data at designated registration centers.
Effective from Monday, 28 June 2021, the CVR exercise will commence nationwide and carried out continuously for over a year until the third quarter of 2022. However, emphasis will initially be on Anambra State, where more centers will be established in view of the governorship election already scheduled to hold on the 6th of November 2021. In order to complete preparations for the governorship election, the CVR exercise in the state will be temporarily suspended in August 2021. This will enable the Commission to clean up the data for the state and print the PVCs for registrants.
The INEC chairman, however, clarified that a national identification number, NIN, would not be compulsory for the voter registration, as against rumors making the rounds.
NIN is not going to be mandatory for voter registration, for the simple reason that we are operating on the basis of the law establishing INEC. Section 10 of the Electoral Act lists the means of identification to be presented by prospective registrants for the purpose of voter registration. This includes birth certificate, national passport, national identity card, driver's license, or any other document that will prove the identity, age, and nationality of the applicant.
The INEC boss and other top management of the Commission later took a jab of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine and called on Nigerians to safeguard the health of the nation.
I want to seize this opportunity to thank the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency for considering INEC as one of the frontline agencies to receive the COVID vaccine on account of the kind of work that we do. So we take a lot of risks, and we have to continue to do so in the national interest, because the responsibility for conducting elections and our democracy cannot be suspended on account of the national or global health emergency.
Mahmoud said it is only a healthy person that can stand to vote and be voted for, while stressing that it is only a healthy INEC that can conduct a peaceful election for Nigerians. Folashade Ogurinde, TV360 News. The federal government has extended the deadline for the NIN SIM linkage from April 6 to May 6, 2021, according to the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami. The request for the extension was endorsed by President Muhammadu Buhari. Pantami noted that the current number of monthly enrollments have increased significantly to about 2.6 million registrations. The minister thanked Nigerians for their patience and compliance with the federal government's directive on the NIN SIM registration exercise. It reiterated government's commitment to continually take decisions aimed at easing the pains of the citizens with regards to issues related to NIN and SIM registration. Residents of Okobaba Sawmill in Ebute Metta area of Lagos State are still counting their losses after Thursday's fire outbreak. Despite repeated appeal by government, residents are not willing to leave the shanties where the incidents have become regular. TV360's Muji Matomi reports.
Okobaba Sawmill in Ebute Metta, Lagos. There are over 2,000 sawmillers earning their daily living here, making it one of the largest sawmill in Lagos State. The constant problem here is recurrent fire outbreak. In 2017, there was a massive fire outbreak which destroyed properties worth millions of naira. The Lagos State government, after the incident, promised that the sawmill will be relocated to Agbowa Ikosi by the first quarter of 2020. The relocation is, however, yet to take place since then. 5 months ago, another fire incident occurred, destroying properties and equipment used by sawmillers. The people are still recovering from this loss when another one happened on April 1st, and this is what is left of a one-time booming sawmill and residents of many of the workers.
We were sleeping at night when we heard a loud noise. By the time everybody ran outside, we saw the fire. All the boys in the area started making attempts to put out the fire. The women were also assisting fetching water with soap, but all the efforts were not enough to stop the wires and wood from burning. The Lagos State Fire Service also tried. In fact, they got here on time, but the fire kept spreading.
Anytime there is a fire incident here, the loss is usually much because a larger percentage of the people working in the sawmill also live in shanty houses here. So any fire incident destroys both their homes and workplaces.
All my machine and generators has burned. The light starts from around 1:30 till 8 o'clock in the morning. So normally all things are born here is many. You understand me? So if any help, government can help us, so we can be happy.
We see that fire burn gradually, but we rescue some goods, but still we thank God. We thank God for our life. But when there's life, there's hope.
Though there are plans by government to relocate this sawmill, the people also are not willing to leave. They prefer to stay here with all its attendant risks.
Nobody died, but some people got injured. What we just want the government to do is to assist us. Not so many people here have the money to pay for rent elsewhere. If we had the money, we won't even be living here.
Will this be the end of the fire outbreak here? Maybe. Are there possibilities that it will happen again? Yes. Will this sawmill be eventually moved to another location to avoid these fire outbreaks? Only Lagos State can tell. Mojisola Matomi, TV360 Lagos.
We'll take a break here, but still to come. Ban on SIM card registration still in force. All this and more after the break.
Cut. All right. What's your name again? Kemi? Yes, sir. Good. Are you ready for us for next week?
Yes, sir.
Next.
No, sir. No.
What? Look, what we need here is one who can speak fluent English. Give her a chance.
I need a angel to hold me. Hold me, my beautiful angel.
Cut! It is angel, not angel. Please, I'm done with you. Excuse us. Kemi was far better.
It's not about our rendition. It's not about our performance here. By the time she and her friends join us in our hotel rooms, you will know how far.
Can I have her phone?
She has a robust profile.
Real robust profile. I do not undercut professional ethics. It is an act of corruption. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country. Stop corruption now.
And let's take a recap of some of our top stories. As Christian faithful celebrates Good Friday, President Muhammadu Buhari has admonished Nigerians to be patriotic and love one another. Good Friday marks the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. We also told you that the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has fixed June 28, 2021 as a resumption date for the nationwide continuous voter registration exercise. In case you miss any of our news bulletin, or for more updates, do log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Google Plus at TV360 Nigeria. On Facebook, we are at TV360 Online. And now to COVID-19 cases and updates. Nigeria has recorded 106 fresh COVID-19 cases, bringing the country's total infection tally to 162,997. According to the latest data by the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, the 106 cases were recorded from 12 states. Lagos leads with 33 cases, closely followed by FCT and Cross River with 20 and 11 cases respectively. The Public Health Agency further revealed that one death has been recorded in the last 24 hours, raising the country's death tally to 2,058. To date, 151,708 persons have been discharged from isolation centers and hospitals in 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Latest updates by the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, NPHCDA, shows that 718,412 Nigerians have gotten their first jabs of COVID-19 vaccine. This brings the proportion of those vaccinated to 35.7%. Lagos, with 136,356, sits atop the vaccination charts. It is trailed by Ogun, Kaduna and Bauchi states. But in terms of percentage vaccinated relative to the largest population, Kwara, Ogun and Bauchi are leading the states with 104.2%, 89.9% and 82.8% respectively. We take a pause here and return with more stories in business. Please stay with us. And now in business, the federal government says the current ban on registration of new subscriber identification model SIM will stay in place for a while longer. Minister of Communication and Digital Economy Issa Pantami disclosed this to newsmen on Thursday during the weekly ministerial briefing organized by the presidential media team in Abuja. He said the federal government took the decision with the intent to protect Nigerians and make the country safe from insecurity. Pantami, who insisted that SIM registration carried out in the past compromised the system, explained that security takes priority over the economy. The Primero Transport Services Limited, operator of BRT in Lagos State, has announced the resumption of operations on the Ikorodu to Tafawa Balewa Square route with effect from Friday, April the 2nd, 2021. This comes 48 hours after the suspension of services on that corridor over operational challenges. In a statement, the head corporate communications of Primero, Matthew Yakim, explained that the resumption follows the resolution of all operational issues that caused the earlier suspension. Away from business and now to the foreign scene, the longtime president of Djibouti, Ismail Omar Guelleh, has launched his re-election campaign in the run-up to national elections on April 9. With the exception of Zakaria Ismail Jafar, an anti-system independent candidate, Guelleh is set to run for his fifth term unopposed. His challengers in the 2016 election have all called for a boycott of the ballots. Well, up next is entertainment reports.
Nigerian music mogul Don Jazzy has spoken about rumors of him being broke and staying in a rented apartment. The CEO of Maven Records made this known during a chat with Ebuka Obi Uchendu on the Black Box interview series. When asked if he ever heard stories about him living in a rented house, Don Jazzy said they weren't even rumors of something he was hiding. Don Jazzy said he was never bothered about the rumors that he couldn't afford to buy a house because he was broke. There has been rumors making rounds on social media that the music entrepreneur is broke and putting up a front on socials to cover up. Nigerian singer Olatunji Oladotun, popularly known as Datman, has welcomed the baby boy with his partner Madison. The music star shared the good news via his Instagram page in the early hours of Friday and captioned it, "Welcome home, baby boy." Datman's partner Madison is a runway model, poet, and a creative artist. Big congratulations to the couple. And that is all that we have for you in the entertainment segment of News Now.
Away from entertainment and now to sports. The Lagos State government is currently at loggerheads with some athletes who represented the state at the 2018 National Sports Festival. The athletes who played in the squash category during the festival won 5 medals to the total haul of 146 picked up by the state at the National Games. But they are accusing the state of failing to pay them since the conclusion of the Games in 2018 and are refusing to pay them after they switched allegiances to another state. Our correspondent Bisola Adebayo has the details in the story.
For the duo of Yemisi Olatunji and Busayo Olatunji, 2018 was supposed to represent the beginning of a long sporting career. The duo won 3 gold medals and a bronze medal while representing Lagos State in the 2018 National Sports Festival. Years after their victory, the Lagos State government is yet to pay the athletes their allowances, prompting a switch of allegiances to other states. Their actions have irked officials of the Lagos State government, who say the duo and other athletes who switched allegiances would not be included in the state's plans to finally pay the athletes, despite the long delay in the disbursement.
I acknowledge their efforts, but there's no compensation. We reward loyalty as well. Things go hand in hand. If you decide to run represent Lagos State, then decide to represent Lagos State, and it's just like life. Life is about pros and cons. It's about highs and lows. It's not every time that we're on a high. There are some low periods, but it's about your loyalty and your staying power during those periods. And those who have the staying power that are here representing us, they'll be rewarded. But those who have gone well, they've chosen another side. Right now, we are the ones who are loyal to us. We will reward them, and the ones who are not, for now, they are out.
As expected, the girls have dismissed the stance of the state government and are insisting on payment of their allowances.
Things that you've worked for, a state that you've spent not even days, years with, and without seeing any support from them. And after all those work, you now discover that they are there telling you you are not entitled to what you've worked for. Is really, really sad. Since 2018. Fine, we decided to left from Lagos State to Delta this last year because we found out that if we are still here, there's not going to be any improvement in our life. And we have seen a lot of national athletes like Lagos State, from Lagos State, that there's nothing to show. You cannot even see them and say they are once a Lagos State player.
For Yemisi and Busayo, their request is simple: a prompt payment of their entitlements.
I want all Nigerians to help me out because this is what I've worked for. This is my sweat. Out of 7 medals, my sister and I won 4. And, you know, people are there saying we can't get the money because we are no longer representing Lagos State. That is unfair. You know, not onto me alone, but onto all the athletes who have represented Lagos State and done something. It's unfair. They should please pay us our money. The DG was like saying we didn't work for it. I don't understand that statement because it's actually funny that I didn't work for it. That I spent almost 2 months in camp. Then after that, I went to the festival, had a gold, 1 gold with 1 bronze. My sister had 2 golds, and you say we didn't work for it. All what we want is just give us our money and let us go because it's our right, it's our entitlement, it's our sweat.
While the dual squash champions train hard for the 2020 National Sports Festival in Edo State, this time representing Delta State, they can only hope that justice is served. Abisola Adebayo, TV360, Lagos.
And it's a wrap on our news bulletin. Thank you for watching. I am Folashade Ogrinde.